A mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Meet Christine. She loves shopping. And this is the sound of fashion overload. Too many fabulous things, not enough space. So Christine started selling with The RealReal.
I've always loved collecting designer pieces. Gucci bags, Prada heels. But my style keeps evolving. Selling with The RealReal? Game changer. I earn more, and they do everything.
Seriously, just drop off your items or schedule a pickup. We handle the photos, descriptions, pricing, even shipping. You just sit back and watch your items sell fast to our 38 million members.
And I get peace of mind knowing I earn more selling with The RealReal than anywhere else.
Exactly. That's the sound of your closet working for you. The RealReal. Earn more, save time, sell fast. And right now, you can get an extra $100 site credit when you sell for the first time. Go to therealreal.com to get your extra $100. Therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com.
All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches.
Sex coaches.
Not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures. An ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And today's Quickie, we're talking about one of those unwritten lifestyle rules that nobody puts in a handbook. What do you do when you meet a couple's play partner and you kind of want to have them for yourself?
Yeah, we got a message from
Ooh.
a friend of the show. And honestly, when I read it, I thought, how has nobody talked about this yet? Because it is so real. Like it happens.
I've actually seen this before. And I would ask myself this question right here. How do you know what their rules are, right?
Mhm.
Because is it that girl that's just a girlfriend to the girlfriend, to the wife, a girlfriend to the man? Is it an open poly situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, what I gathered was what he was asking was, what's the etiquette there?
Yeah.
What's the proper decorum? Like, what are the rules on that?
Ooh.
And so we're going to get into this. But before we do, if you've ever found yourself in a situation like this, or you just want more real judgment-free conversations about the lifestyle, you know you can head over to www.beyond-monogamy.com. That's our one-stop shop. Episodes, blogs, events, merch. That's right.
Guys, we are about to come out with some amazing merch
There we
that's
are.
about to drop. I'm hoping to drop it on Easter, and you get a certain discount if
Wow.
you leave a review.
Damn.
Just letting you know. Subscribe and like, guys.
Absolutely.
Turn on your notifications because
That's
then you'll
right.
know when this bickering bitch is on.
That's right. And don't forget that we have the anonymous confessional on our website, so you can load up whatever you got to get off your chest.
Yeah, no judgment. We promise.
Yeah, mostly. All right, so let's get into this message. I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Ooh. Stomach's turning.
Really?
Yeah, I'm excited.
So here's what our friend sent. I'm going to read it all exactly how he wrote it because honestly, the confusion in it is the point. Okay. So, how to handle meeting someone who's a play partner to someone else already, and what you should do if maybe you want them to be a play partner to you or your couple. We recently met new friends. It was 3 of them, a couple and their play partner. We all hit it off, but then we liked their partner. but we didn't know how to handle asking or if their partner was off limits. Do we test the friendship, or is it one of those mine is mine type deals? Yeah,
That's a lot of questions.
that's a lot. Yeah,
That's a lot.
there's a lot of there's actually a few things hiding in that. One, is a couple's play partner automatically off limits to other people? Two, if you're interested, how do you even talk to them first?
Mm,
And three, how do you bring it up without torching a brand new friendship?
okay. Okay. I know how you can bring it up. First of all, you're going to know the woman is no one's property. No one's property.
Correct.
So she
true.
is a human being who does not belong to any of them. With that being said, Adam belongs to me and I belong to Adam.
We have our agreements.
So you don't know that, right?
And you don't know what their agreements are.
Yeah, so you don't know that. And putting that aside for a bit, right? It's just there. You should be able to have that conversation with anybody that you meet very smoothly, because you're going to ask them, hey, so what are y'all's dynamics? Once you ask that, and you're just asking in conversation because we're lifestylers, we want to know what your dynamic is, right? You already know they are a throuple or whatever. Just ask them, be like, okay, so cool. What's y'all's dynamics?
Yeah.
How do y'all play?
Yeah.
They're pretty simple questions, and I think they're very open-ended.
They can be.
They can be. They can be a little open-ended.
Yeah. I just feel like there's way more to it than it being that easy. I mean, the first point is very, very valid in the fact that nobody owns anybody.
Yeah.
Each person in any relationship, no matter what the dynamic, is their own person.
Yes.
As a person standing on the outside looking inside,
Yeah.
you don't know what kind of agreements that they have.
No.
And if we've learned anything about being non-monogamous, it's that there's a label for every friggin' thing.
There is.
There's a label for everything. And anybody can slap a label on themselves. And we know of people who are a lot stronger than just a sexual relationship. Maybe they have a poly situationship going on. Maybe they're a closed poly situation where they occasionally swing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we've run into that before. And so if you don't communicate that, if you don't ask them initially, hey, what's your dynamic? How is this all connected?
Yeah. Make it fun, maybe tell a story of somebody that y'all were in a relationship with without naming names, if you want to open the conversation, you can be like, hey, that's cool. You have a girlfriend. Adam and I had a girlfriend.
Yeah. Read the room.
Read the room.
Read the
vibes.
You can see how they interact with each other.
Yeah, exactly. You can ask, and then there you can be like, yeah, it didn't work for us because whatever. She wanted it to be closed, but it wasn't. You can make up whatever story you want, or if you ever had that happen, what happened? Then that opens your door to be like, okay, they're going to be like, oh, this is our situation.
Yeah. And I've heard this very interesting situation come up in lifestyle from different people before. It's this very interesting situation where somebody new will come into the lifestyle, either a new single or a new couple, and they will be spotted by an experienced couple who kind of swoop in and scoop them up, so to speak. And they all kind of have this whirlwind of fun. And I've heard stories. So I've heard these stories before of these couples swooping in and taking up these new people kind of as, I don't know, teachers or, show them the ropes, so to speak. But what they end up doing is they end up telling everybody else, hey, these are our people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They get very territorial of these people without the new people knowing.
Yeah.
And I've heard of this situation before a few different times. We've seen it before. And it's not a good situation unless it's something that everybody's agreed on. And in these situations, that wasn't the case. And so that is something that you don't want to just talk to the couple about this. You want to talk to the third
to all
at
of
some
them.
point. Yeah. You want to make sure that they're all on the same level of whatever they're agreeing on.
Yeah. I feel like it's not really a hard question to ask.
Well, it's not for us now
Yeah.
because I think one thing that we had said when we were doing our workshop at Forbidden Fruit this past Sunday was that when you've had some of the hardest uncomfortable conversations in the lifestyle, anything else is just easy to talk about.
Yeah, that's
And
very
so
true.
for me, asking those questions, just coming out with it,
Yeah.
I tend to overshare and I tend to ask a lot of really
Yeah.
in-depth questions of people
Same.
when we first meet.
Same. He usually starts it and then we just bounce off of each other because we already know what we want. We already know what we want and what our rules and boundaries are. And we're very open to it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we want the other people to know as well.
Yeah. So, if I had to really advise this person on what to do, how to do it, me personally, I would start out with have a conversation with all three of them. Y'all as a couple can sit down. You can have a conversation with all three of them whenever y'all all hang out and be like, hey, so what's the connection here? I've said that with other couples that we've met that are attached to other couples. It's like, okay, who's connected to who and how does this all work? I guarantee you they like to talk about that shit.
They do.
Swingers love to talk about themselves and their
couples
connections.
will talk about couples.
Absolutely. So all you got to do is ask. Now, I understand it may come off as uncomfortable if you don't do it often, but I promise you all it takes is the one time to, really come out there and not like you have a secondary motive, but like you're actually interested in finding out what is the situation.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who should start it? Because say if it's you and I.
Yeah.
And we've been in the lifestyle for 3 years or whatever. So we talk.
Sure.
We listen to this really cool podcast
Called Beyond Monogamy with Adam and Pris.
Yeah.
I hear
And
it's good.
they give us a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That Adam's a handsome dude.
Which one of us should it be? Who do you think would do it here? Me or you?
As far as
breaking that into the conversation.
If we're meeting
comes
up
off better from one or the other.
If we're meeting up with a couple that has a third, who would bring it up? I would think if it's somebody that we're both attracted to, I tend to stay back and let you take the lead.
Yeah.
So it would most likely be you if you were that interested in somebody. You would. I can guarantee you, in your cute little Pris way, you'll go out there and you go, "So who are you with?" And that whole thing. And how does this work?
Yeah.
People tend to dig your curiosity as very cutesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know? Did we say that we know these people that wrote this letter or no?
So anytime we tell a story here, it's anonymous unless they tell us to say who they are. We don't ever talk about.
So yeah, I would think me too, because I'm really good at starting that conversation. I love to have those kind of conversations because he is right. If I'm attracted to you, I'm going to ask that.
Yeah.
Like, so what's up? What is y'all's,
It's funny because you were always that type of person before I was when it came to other people, just word vomiting out
all the time,
your questions.
Still do. I have a podcast for it now. And
I would sit back.
Edits.
I would sit back and I'd be like, oh my God, you did not just ask that. And it would always go off well. It would open into a great conversation.
Yeah.
But I remember we would go to meet and greets and you would meet people and it just bleh. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh my God, she totally just said that.
I'm me.
Oh.
I'm me. And I am so, unfiltered. And I'm not rude about it.
No, you're not rude about it.
I'm
That's why it always works out.
I'm
it's just curiosity.
Curious.
But that's where I learned that it's okay to say the uncomfortable thing out loud. And that's really where I started learning that people actually appreciate a lot of times when you say the uncomfortable thing out loud, because it releases a lot of pressure from their end. They're carrying this weight. They know that they have somebody attached to them.
Yeah.
Whenever we have our unicorn friends come with us to the club, I make it a point to always let them know, hey, look, you're not tied down to us.
Exactly.
You go have your fun. You go talk to whomever. You're like, we're all going together and you've got a
Mhm.
safe space and you
Mhm.
can tag along with us as much as you want. But you do not have to stay by our side the whole time.
Right.
And I know people have come up to us and we've introduced our friend to whomever, and people will assume
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and it happens.
Yeah, it
But
does.
if you're really curious, you should just say it.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, this is what it is. I'm really interested. And just do it like whoever the bubblier of the couple. And just be like, I'm really curious. What is this? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And if you're in text, even easier, like be like, are y'all, do y'all swing all of y'all? Or, make it fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that's the only thing, is that you want to make sure that you respect, obviously, their boundaries, their agreements. If they are in a poly situationship or whatever whatever they
Mhm.
say they are,
Mhm.
you have to respect that,
Yeah.
obviously. And that's why you want to find out up front. If you ask, you're coming off as respectful. If you don't ask, then you're either gonna throw yourself out there or you're not. Yeah. So I say, just say the thing. You know what I
Just
mean? Just say the
word
thing.
vomit.
Yeah, word
It
vomit
works
it.
for us all the time.
It really does, actually. We have some great
Yeah.
conversations.
And it's the lifestyle. We need to make sure that we're doing that. That's the norm, to make those uncomfortable conversations be the absolute only conversation you have. If you have it up front, and everyone will be done guessing. There's no guess game.
Yeah,
It's all there. We're in the lifestyle for a reason. We all want to have fun.
it's true.
Let's find out what kind of fun we can have.
Let's find out what kind of fun we can have.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers your question there, my friend. I know you're
Yeah.
listening, and hopefully that takes care of that. Now I want to move on to something new here.
What?
Yeah, well, I wanted to bring up the fact that you have been exceptionally horny the past couple of weeks.
I have.
There's been a switch
Yes.
on you that's been
Yes.
turned on, and it's like you can't get enough.
Yeah.
And I think that's friggin' awesome.
Yeah. I think it's my estrogen patch. And also, I've had some real good mental conversations with myself, and am feeling better about myself.
Yeah. You glow more. You seem
Yeah.
to have a different kind of
I feel
energy.
better about myself. I feel better about our relationship. And I feel like I'm just a bit happier.
So you mind like chipping off a little bit of what you've been having these mental conversations about? Like
So
what's going on?
I have things sometimes that trigger me, and they trigger me into a really bad headspace of poly,
Yeah.
the poly days.
Yeah.
And I don't care for the poly days.
Yeah.
Did
No,
'em.
anybody that's
Did
listened to
'em.
the podcast knows
Did
that.
wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
And so something happened, or something came up from that area, from that time, and it triggered me into like just triggering, just spiraling. And I was like,
Put the brakes, huh?
hold up. Let me ask my husband this question. Are there any feelings there? Are there any romantic feelings there?
Yeah.
And he said no. And I was like, okay, cool. Went back to washing dishes. And then that was something. And then like something else, I saw a text or something, and I was like, damn. Oh no, I was on TikTok and I saw this video about emotional cheating.
The emotional cheating. Yeah. We got
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Yeah. And then I had seen an emotional cheating. What is it? What is it, baby?
Emotional cheating is, according to what we read, it's when you go out and basically spend your time with other people instead of your partner. You tell them how
Yeah.
much you miss them, and you
It's a lot
say
of,
it's
the
a lot of.
conversations are,
I mean,
are very
it's
romantic. That's
pretty
right.
pretty
Yeah.
explanatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I saw something and it triggered me again. And I was like, damn, no. And I was kind of a little cold that week.
Oh yeah.
I was just like not like in my head. I was literally in my head.
Oh, you were on Mars.
I was
Yeah.
talking to AI about it. I was talking to my friend about it. And I was like, this is not me. this is not going to be me. And then I sat back and I was like, huh. I asked my husband a question and my husband answered me honestly. And then I was like, this man is never, ever going to ruin this relationship
No.
at all. Like,
No.
he's never going to ruin this relationship because I'm a really great wife.
Yeah.
I'm an exceptional wife.
Yeah.
Am I jealous?
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Am I territorial at times?
Totally.
Fuck yes. Am I mean to my husband sometimes? Yes.
So much. So much.
Yes, I am.
It's so bad. So bad. But I get to have sex with other women. So
No, but I love him more than any of those other little things. I do like making fun of him.
true.
I do. And now that I'm getting older, I'm a little spicier and it's so much fun. And he knows my superpower. So he lets me do whatever I want. Yeah. Yeah. So I love him. I love him so much. And so I sat back and I was thinking about that. And I was like, have that uncomfortable conversation with your man because he knows something's bothering you. I was like, damn, let me get my words together. I have really bad ADHD.
Yeah.
And so it takes me a while to get the words to you. Like it takes you a while to find my mood. It takes me a while to be in the mood.
Yeah. Man, I know because I was asking you, I gave you so many opportunities to come out with it because I knew something was bothering you.
And I'm dropping hints.
Oh, blatant hints.
We should do a show about
And I'm
that.
like, do you have something to say to me? And she was like, no.
And he's
No. What are
very
you talking
patient
about?
with me because
Like, okay.
some people just give up. Like they don't want to know. Like they're like, whatever.
And I know you. You're my soulmate, man. Like you're my best friend. I know you.
You do.
And I know when something's bothering you, and especially when it lasts a long time.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the days when we were poly.
Yeah.
How disconnected
I was
you were.
too overwhelmed. And it kind of started after my birthday. And it just I was just festering feelings of, I really want to have a conversation with him. I really need to figure out why I'm feeling like this. And I sat back and I was like, holy shit, why are you so fucking scared? He ain't going nowhere. He is not going to, if you talk to him and you tell him exactly how you're feeling, it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. And so we did.
We did.
We had a really good conversation.
That we did.
And then we fucked so good.
That we did.
And ever since then, ooh, it has been like, I don't know, maybe a weight on my own shoulders because I put so much pressure on myself to hold everything in, to hold all my feelings in.
And that's the worst because you don't have to do that.
I don't. And I'm going to tell you, PTSD, I was very reactive. He was very reactive to my reactiveness.
True.
And so we would have arguments and they would be really hard arguments because I didn't know how to get my words together. And so he was faster. And I was like, wait, am I getting my words across? And I think it finally took some time for me to finally say, or you to finally say, baby, just hold on, take your time. I know you want to argue your side, but you're getting it all mixed up. And then taught me how to argue with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he doesn't like that.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. You're good at arguing with me now.
And I'm on meds.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to have those conversations with him because I did not want him to feel like he was causing me to feel that way because he gets very heartbroken.
I don't like hurting your feelings.
Yeah. And so it kind of like shut him down for a little bit. And I had to tell him, and it was nice. It was really good conversations.
That's the thing about it is, and even still, here we are, we're what do we say in every show? Communication.
Yeah.
Communication. You got to talk about everything. And even us, we have communication issues.
Yeah.
Because obviously she couldn't drop it right away. She couldn't throw it at me. And I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I would ask her every single time something came up, a big hint dropped. And it was like, is there something you want to tell me? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And, when it finally came out, I was like, I knew. And yeah, I could have brought it up just the same way as when we were poly.
Yeah.
And I knew you wanted to stop being poly. Yeah, I could have brought it up, but it needed to be you. It wasn't on me to push it out of you. It's on you to let it out.
Yeah.
And if you had kept it inside for God knows how long, we'd still be going on this merry-go-round.
And then, when you get to that, I love Adam. Like, he is my soulmate. He's my partner, my everything to me. But I didn't know how to bring it up, right? And so the little hints. And then after that, I was like, oh, this was easy. All right, cool. Oh, I was also going to say, he didn't know what he was doing was gonna hurt my feelings at all.
I never do.
Yeah, at all. Like, he didn't know. Like, it wasn't a malicious thing. And so
because I can't be in your
through it.
head. Whatever's triggering you, I don't know all of your triggers.
Exactly.
And I don't know what's gonna, and I don't even think you do until it happens.
Until it happens.
And so once it happens, until you tell me, I have no idea.
And they're not arguments. We have that thing, like, if you didn't know, I understand. You didn't know. And so he knows now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's why I feel so good. And I feel so, I want you every minute because of my patch and my mental state. Yeah. And it kind of de-stresses me.
So I do want to talk about the patch for a second, because I know that there's a lot of women out there who are going through menopause.
Yeah.
And you are currently going through menopause.
Yes.
And you are on an estrogen patch.
I'm on an estrogen patch.
That you have to change out, what, once a week?
I change out once a week. It's a little patch, and you have to wear it on your torso, somewhere on your torso. And so I always put it on the side of my, my belly. It gives
and it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah, it's because it's a hormone replacement therapy is what it is. It's the one my insurance covers, and so that's the one I have. I prefer the patch because the oral meds like cause blood clots, and forget about it.
That's scary.
I'd get one.
Yeah.
And no.
Just
I think this one does too, but it's lighter or something.
Yeah.
And estrogen, I'm taking estrogen, not progesterone or whatever the other one is, progesterone. I don't know how to say it, but he'll fix that part.
I don't know how to say it.
Just put it over my head somewhere. I don't know. Because I don't have a uterus and I only have one ovary, wanted estrogen. I don't have to take, if you still have a uterus, you have to do the other one with the P. I don't know what it is. So yeah, I think it's working.
And so you had mentioned
it raises
that
my libido.
when you have the patch on, when you're on hormones, that your sex drive is higher.
Yeah.
And your want for it is much higher.
I mean,
but also your emotions.
My emotions are up and down.
Yeah.
I was crying like I was on PMS, and Adam was just the biggest asshole ever. And why did I get married? And oh my God, oh my God, we built this. He is, oh my God, nope. This is not how. Like, I went through that in a matter of like 30 minutes, dude.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I will tell you, I know my worth.
Good.
I know what value I bring into this relationship. Good. I know what a great wife I am, what a great woman I am, what a great mom I am. I know that without anybody telling me any of that. And I know my partner, and I'm going to trust he's always making a good decision when he's doing whatever. And I'm always at the front of his head. Like, I'm always there, right there.
Yeah.
I love him, and I know that he loves me. And so I think that's putting me in a better mood because we have those good conversations. I may not like him next week, but today I love the guts out of him.
That's the patch talking.
There you go.
That's just the patch talking, guys. Don't worry. We're going to have sex later. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's funny because I wanted to bring all of this up because this is our relationship. This podcast is our relationship.
And we really don't talk about our sex life.
And we really don't. But, it's good to discuss these things because, we're always telling people, oh, yeah, we've been through this and we've been through that. Well, we still go through it. It's 15 years later. And we still go through it. There's still things that we're learning about each other. There's still things that have to come up that we have to work on. And it's effort, man. Like, the moment you stop giving that effort towards each other is the moment that you start giving up on your relationship.
Bye-bye.
And if you're going to do that, the lifestyle is not going to work out for you. So,
Correct.
the basis of this lifestyle is your relationship
Mhm.
and how strong you can keep it
Mhm.
and communicate, man. Communicate all the way.
And so I did.
All the way. Yeah,
And
and so that's where we're at, it's she's feeling great.
yes,
She's doing awesome. And because of that, I'm doing awesome. Happy wife, happy life, as they
correct.
say.
That's correct.
And so, yeah, we're living it up. All right, let's go ahead and land this plane. If you find yourself in this situation that we talked about earlier today, you meet a couple's play partner, you vibe, you're wondering what to do. Remember that person is not a prize. They're not automatically off limits, but they're also not yours to pursue without some thoughtfulness.
Yeah. Get to know them, let them lead, have the conversation when the time is right and the pressure is low.
Oh.
Yeah. And if it works out, be transparent with everyone involved.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, be cool.
Mhm.
Lifestyle's built on community and trust, says everything.
Yeah, it does. And a big shout out to our friend for sending this. This is exactly the kind of real life situation we want to talk about on our show. So keep them coming, guys.
Yeah, if you got a topic, a question, or something you want to get off your chest, head to www.beyond-monogamy.com. All of our episodes, blogs, events, merch, and the anonymous confessional are right there waiting for you. We read them. You've heard it.
Yes.
We use them. Zero judgment.
Okay. And we are live every Thursday on fullswapradio.com. 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central. Come hang out, get in the chat, be part of the conversation.
Yeah. Now, if this one hit home, share it with someone who actually needs to hear it. Leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. That genuinely helps more people find the show. And subscribe so you never miss a quickie or a full episode dropping every Sunday. And with that, we thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.